for before we get ready to do what we're gonna do. When I got that download last night, I was like, shit, what was that? And I hear this noise and then I hear it stop. And then I hear it come on again. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it happened again. I'm like, and my eyes are closed. I'm meditating. I have a ultrasonic dehumidifier next to my bed. Never runs out of water. I fill it up every night. I opened my eyes like right after it happened and I heard that weird noise in the background at the end of it. And I looked and the fucking red lights flashing in my face to refill the water canister. I was like, holy shit. I was like, okay, that's all I needed to know. And then right after I put it back, like 5 minutes later, I got another one. And right before both of them, I heard like a click. It sounded like more like a squeak, like a fairy, like if you picture a little fairy in the forest, like you hear them squeak, like a really high pitch, like, and then wham. And then like 5 minutes later, again, I heard the, I'm like, that's got to be part of the TV. And I'm like, wham. And that was the only time I heard it. Those 2 times. Fucking bizarre.
Tinkerbell.
Fucking bizarre. No, okay. There's a theory on that. I'm not telling it on the air though.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give a brief just lesson here on cards,
Okay.
on how I give a reading when I do either a collective reading or I do a private reading. So I have several decks together because I started doing readings back in 2008, and I've added in decks as I've gotten more confident, and then I stopped at about 4 or 5. That was enough because they go up to
right here though.
they go very high up, but I gave you some of mine to play with, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna get them.
Yes,
So
you're going to get
what I
them.
like to do,
Did you shuffle mine into your deck?
no, I clear them,
Uh-huh.
and then I usually, if I'm giving a private reading, the person I'm giving the reading to, shuffles them, puts their energy into them. That's how I did it with you originally. And then if it's for a collective, I'll just say, like, Spirit, what do I need to tell, generally talk about today? What messages need to be heard? And then I'll start shuffling, and then I'll just stop at a certain point when I feel like things are settled and moved around. And then I usually do a pile, 3 piles, because I like 3. But everyone can pick and choose what works best for them. And then you interpret the cards by how you feel. It's not always what you see in the cards, because it's not really coming from like your mind. It's not like, oh, I'm just reading the cards. It's more about, what are you feeling when you look at the card? So it's an intuition. And I'm gonna flip the camera because I feel like you can't see what's happening.
Yeah, no, gotta see the card.
Or I'll show. All right, so right off the bat, I got freedom. You're free to do what you choose. But if you look at the picture, she's open, like her arms are open towards the ocean.
Dolphin swimming.
And yeah, so I think it's more about peace and openness and kind of letting go and going with the flow. That's what I would feel from that, instead of just reading the actual words. But also there could be a different interpretation depending on who the reading is for. So
well,
do you have
you got the sun setting in the background, and you got the dolphins kind of like swimming away that way, freeing yourself from something, or ending a cycle, free from the last cycle because the sun's setting on the cycle, something like that.
Yep. Or it could simply be,
but you would, right?
Hang
but just looking at it, you get one interpretation, but putting it someplace in a spread with what preceded it, what might make you see something different in it, right?
Yeah, or it could just simply be that someone needs to take some time for themselves and sit by the ocean. I mean, it depends. Then we got new love, which is right under it. And so, yeah, so the specific place that it came out, the new love is that the man is kneeling down and he's a knight. You can see that. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So for me, the freedom card and then this card leads me to feel that we have the freedom. Someone has the freedom to manifest new love, to choose your lover, to say what you want from your person or your new mate, or just you're free to write down and choose what you want in a partner.
I was the one on top of my deck while you were just reading that.
I mean, we create our reality, right? So, um, I think that when we say or when we think something, I was watching this about droplets of water. Like when we constantly think something
Mm-hmm.
all day long, that creates in our reality. And so if someone wants new love, wants romance, wants to have, you know, love, soulmate, all that stuff, you can't focus in on one person because someone might show up and be completely different from your typical you know, people in the past. And we are free to choose what kind of person we want to show up in our life. And
Absolutely.
also
You have to be careful of who you choose to share your energy with.
who we bring in.
Yes.
And then I got the soulmate. Who we bring in is a reflection of where we're at as well. So if we bring someone in and they have certain issues, we somehow created that, and we have to look at that too. And this goes into more detailing, you know, coaching stuff. So I can't really get that deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I got courage, which is stand up for your beliefs, which I think this is more about being strong and having discipline and not, you know, being pushed around by any energy that comes into your you know, into your space, because there's people living at different levels, you know, different levels of awareness, different levels of spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
um and we can't just, you know, conform to everyone, and not everyone's gonna be a good connection, whether it be friendship or romance or
Mm.
um you know, like you might think I'm great and then someone might think I'm an asshole, and that's fine. You know, we're not here to like please every single person on the planet, but you have to like stay firm, I think, in your like beliefs.
Authenticity, maybe.
Yes, perfect, well said. And then we also got the animals card, which animals really help raise your vibration. That's proven. That's why they have like dogs go into like nursing homes and stuff,
Mm.
because
Interesting. It's a little girl with a cat.
oh yeah, that too. So someone could, you know, symbolize in that way for you.
Mm.
Um, and there's been like a lot of weird energy lately because I've been talking to some other people I was like in a spiritual group with,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
Is it your spiritual like
considering
AA group or something like?
it's for like it's for stuff that we struggle with spiritually. And I was thinking of creating a small group of like you, me, and the other two people. There might be
Mm-hmm.
another three people, and then presenting on a certain topic per week, like meeting once a week. And at some point, if we wanted to, we could like record it and post it.
Mm. I don't know
Um,
if you think the world's ready for something like that.
I mean, yeah, because it saved me so many times when I like got stuck.
Mm.
Because
No, let's do it. We were talking about this the other day, having mentors to move people forward.
yes, and when you consciously manifest with more than one person,
Mm-hmm.
the energy is much more powerful. It's sure to happen. And um, I'll share that I'm working on manifesting a trip to Florida. And every day I'm doing something in regards to it. So today it was sunny out and it's mild. You know, we don't really get many days like this in March up in the Northeast. And I was hearing the birds chirp and I was like, oh, I miss that about Florida. Like the birds, um, you know, it's so quiet in the winter and still and gray and stuff, and it's starting to feel like spring. I'm sure it'll
Mm.
get taken away from us very quickly.
I don't know, man. We're almost there. We're halfway through March.
And and then I started talking about the palm trees, and I was like, oh, I really want to go to Florida. And I was like, oh yeah, good. And I was like, all right, well, I'm either gonna stay with my friend in Florida, or I'm gonna go with another friend in April for vacation when the kids are on spring break or whatever. Or my my relationship person's gonna send me or go with me there. Um,
I'm going next
one
week. I
way
have
or
my ticket.
another.
I'm going next week. I already have my ticket bought. We're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah, see, that's Bridge of Incidents. Like you're going.
Huh?
It put I said it's called Bridge of Incidents. You're going and I
Mm-hmm.
want to go,
Mm,
and we're like pretty linked up.
mm,
So I'll probably be going soon after.
probably.
Send pictures when you're there so I can like,
Do you really want to see some of the pictures that I might take, or like?
yes. I don't care. I wanna pretend that I'm there so it manifests. It has no choice but to
I
manifest.
think that one went over your head, Miss Jess.
Yeah, it did. Neville Goddard,
Yes.
he he was, alive during the Depression,
Mm-hmm.
and he was struggling financially. And he was like living in a basement, and he worked for Broadway, like some show or whatever, and like barely anyone was buying tickets because people were like really struggling financially.
You sent me this the other day. You
I
sent me
did. I
something
sent it
about
to
this.
you because he he was taught by like one of his mentors that he wanted to go to some tropical island. I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, and you got
And
the first class ticket or upgraded or some crazy shit like that. Yeah.
yeah, and he kept saying like, I'm there. And he visualized like the way it looked, the little houses and stuff, because it was like, Caribbean island, so it looks different than like the United States. And then he ended up, someone gifted him some money. He bought a ticket, but it was like, just a basic ticket. And then his mentor said, stop saying that you're going on this basic ticket. Say, I'm flying first class, even though you don't have it yet. And then when he got to the airport, they were like, oh, we have, first class available. Did you want to upgrade?
Hmm. Upgrades are
You know?
good.
So anyway,
Mm,
it's all about where we put our thoughts, where we put our intention, where we put our attention, and also, more importantly, keeping your vibration high. And obviously, it takes work. I mean, I'll admit that because I can go low and feel really poorly energetically. And then I'm like, all right, I have to like take care of this. I have to clear myself. I have to do energy work. I have to meditate.
and
I
you
mean,
know
it
what that
really
is?
is.
It's called discipline. It's like you go to the
Yes.
gym every day. You should do that every day,
Mm-hmm.
or else your battery
It is.
wears down and you forget.
It is. It takes a lot of work to stay high, like to stay
It
positive.
doesn't. It takes a lot to get there. It does not take a lot to maintain it if you make it part of your life.
True. Very
Before you get
true.
out of
Like I,
bed in the morning and right before you go to sleep, or you do it in the shower, you said you do your meditate, or you get what you walk 10-minute walk outside. You know what's a good one that I've been doing in the morning? I take the kids to school. I saw it on Andrew Huberman's podcast. It's called like sun gazing or something like that. And you basically like right when you get up in the morning, like the early morning sun, you go look at it for like 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, I'm probably getting this wrong, but you get the idea. When you get up in the morning, provided it's not in the afternoon, like, first thing in the morning, you go outside and not stare directly into it if you can't, but like just to the side. So you're getting that sun energy and it helps with your circadian rhythms. It helps with some other stuff like on a cellular level on your body to like help wake you up, like primal, like, okay, the sun's up, it's time to be up now, get energy going. It shifts your like maybe cortisol levels. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. But I've been trying that before I drive the kids to school. I just go out there and like give it a little stare, or like right after I get back because it's still early, See how that
and
goes.
how do you feel about how important it is to have a spiritual person, friend, coach available? Like how you can check in with me. I feel like those things are important for people to have
Oh
because
yeah.
you need someone to relate to, bounce things off
if
of.
you start, I mean, if you start doing some serious work, it's like anything else. I was talking about a friend of mine before I started seeing my therapist for, my family, my crazy familyness. Um, but I did a bunch of work. I did research. I learned all of these tools, the same ones you would learn in, therapy. And a friend of mine's like, that's awesome. You made it really far. But if you get a professional or somebody that knows what they're doing, they're going to show you how to get further and faster. And I resisted him on that for a while. And then once I started seeing somebody, because it's, my situation, it's issues with my children and their mother and, things their mother does that I don't know how to advise my children to deal with. Yes. Oh, I'll tell you about that because that was one of the things I got last night, and I know how to do that now. Really, really good. I will share
That's
that with you.
energy
Oh,
clearing, chakra clearing,
oh,
and
I can
also,
blow all 7 out at once now. I'm gonna teach you that trick.
right, hang on.
So
I just want to say that even if
that,
you feel good, but you're dealing with someone that maybe is toxic, you can
mhm.
also send them healing energy and clear their chakras, or, because sometimes we can't disconnect from someone completely if you have kids or you're relating, whatever. But it is possible to do energy clearing on other people as well as
Oh,
yourself, but from a
100% it is.
distance.
It is. Um, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, so when I started seeing somebody, I did go further faster. And I thanked him for that too. So to your point, if you're starting to go far with this stuff, there's going to be some weird stuff happening that you're not going to be able to explain. You kind of need somebody to show you the way, little guide
Yeah,
or what have you,
spiritual coaching, spiritual counseling.
spiritual
Um,
teacher. It's probably going to be this
I
card I pull
mean,
right off the top. Nope.
I got into it in 2008, and there wasn't really much help back then, except I, started to go see shamans. And then I kind of just made the universe my best friend. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just ask the universe to show me a sign. I'll just ask the universe to give me clarity. And as soon as you ask, they'll give it to you. So,
Give it to you
um,
if you can understand it or want to hear what they have to say are two different things.
yeah, or you could just book a reading with me and I can help you decipher it.
Yes, you can. Miss Jess is an excellent reader. We're going to start doing some collective readings on here. I think that's a fantastic idea.
We have to.
Yeah.
That was collective, and you can do the next one, the next recording. I think that would be a good idea, so you can start to get used to it.
Oh, I can try. It'll be like the first time, but you have to tell me
Well,
how to do the spread.
did you want to do one quickly, just a 3 card spread, or
Sure.
we can finish off with that?
All right, hold them up. Okay, let's see what we got here. Do you do all 3 so you can read them, or you just pull 3 in a row and try and link them?
Whatever you feel called to do. I don't really have many rules in that department. It's pretty like flexible.
I might throw all 3. Oh, that one jumped out.
Yeah, if something falls out,
Yeah,
I like to keep
I'm gonna be
it.
curious to see what the freaking next one to come out on this is. Okay.
I saw this thing too, and it said like if you're flexible in life with people, love, relationships, work, the universe, and you let go easily, like your mental health is way more healthy than most people.
So
So,
the
so
first 2,
flexibility.
so the first 2 I got was that. So you got answered prayers, abundance. So answered prayers, financial gains, family, like something coming good into your life that's gonna like fill up your cup. Doesn't, maybe a relationship, maybe money, maybe a opportunity. But then with number 3, which was that one, which was give your relationship a chance. I don't know. It says work on your
Yes.
partnership. But with this and abundance, I would say prayers answered, abundance, and then give your relation. This could be a friendship, a business partnership. This could be someone old coming back in. This could be like family member, business partner.
I also view it as
Friendship.
when our heart is open, we can receive abundance on so many levels.
This could be like an old friend coming back, maybe. You know what I mean? Back into your life, like somebody that I don't know was, you know what I mean? Like abundance, meaning like you got more family back, like part, you know what I mean? Somebody that was missing from you,
Abundance,
something like that coming back.
abundance of support, abundance of
Mhm.
love.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't have to do anything with an X because on the bottom of the deck was that.
Yes. Cut the cords, release, and get rid of that energy.
Yep.
All
Yes,
right.
yes,
Well,
yes.
let's wrap up because it's 2.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That was a good little test run for the cards. We'll have to do that more. Like and subscribe because we didn't say it at the beginning. And we're trying to help the world. So, just click the button, take you half a second. If you made it this far, for fuck's sake, click it.
Yeah, like and subscribe so you can elevate.
There you
Keep
go.
elevating. It's not easy.